go live. And we are live.
Let's go.
Episodes. A lot of technical difficulty behind the scene. We are live.
Let's go.
If
people only do.
This last week has been a technical difficulty. We tried to do this last Tuesday, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what day that was, but yeah.
The day that I started COVID. the day that the plug got me and because I literally was like sleeping when you called me the first time. And then
I was sitting right here with the mic in my face, dude.
Tickled pink ready. Dude,
I'm like hell yeah, dude.
When I woke up that morning, I was ready to go.
Really?
Well, yeah, I had actually gotten back from like a 4-mile hike. I got my YouTube video out, and then I was like, dude, I do not feel good. And I went.
No, it's totally cool.
And laid down. You think
you just passed out?
The first day, yeah, for a few hours, and then like 3 days after that, it was just like no sleeping, pretty much. Yeah, like
dude, when you came back from Florida and you were talking about being sick, I was just like connect the dots. You know what I mean?
You know, well, first and foremost, I have not gotten tested, so I don't know, but I kind of do know. You know what I mean?
Dude, we all know.
But
because what you said made sense. You're like, whether I have it or whether I test, regardless, I feel like absolute shit.
Unless I have, the only other worry would be there's like a underlining heart problem that I have in this last week. That's the only thing that would relate to, you know, higher to well, like maybe a bacterial infection, but like getting higher body temperatures and just like I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. That's a thing that a lot of people forget right now is they're not fucking doctors. But everybody on fucking Twitter is a fucking doctor nowadays. No, I don't.
Dude,
I do not believe I got it whatsoever from Florida. Dead serious. I don't.
What,
dude? House of 12.
Plot twist.
House of 12 people, and I'm the only one that gets it. You're fucking stupid to believe it.
That is pretty crazy.
I can tell you the exact moment.
That doesn't make any sense.
The exact moment I believe I got it. Well, okay, I guess I could say the trip is at fault for it because of the traveling. I think I got it, dude. I don't know. Okay. Just the nastiest fucking feeling. I was in. We were stopping in Atlanta on the way back from Florida, nice. And taking mine, like I said before, and put out, dude. Where we were, social distancing, things weren't open at like full capacity, and they were checking temperatures, and people had masks. So I didn't get that whole thing. And again, maybe it's just where we went in Florida. It was just different. You know what I mean? Could be, but it wasn't like what the news is portraying. Like the beach, we had our own, which like
let's
be real. You're not like, I don't fucking care what anybody says. You're not getting it on the beach. You're just not. That's not why you're getting fucking COVID. Okay? Like the reason people are getting COVID is like, yeah, in those club scenes where like people are getting drunk, fucking spitting on each other, talking to each other 2 feet away.
They're perspirating and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or
that's facts for sure.
Maybe, you know, like 50,000 people taken to the street, sweating on each other, yelling about stuff. I don't know. That'd be maybe a
dude.
That'd be
you see that shit? You see that shit in Wuhan where it started?
Yeah, and they're fucking partying and shit.
At the party outside. Dude, they get lit in Wuhan. I didn't even know that. I thought, that seed blew me away as it is. Like I didn't realize they party like that. But then it was like masks.
That's what
I mean, that was unbelievable.
That's what I said. I was like, I didn't even think they were allowed getting down like that over there.
Yeah, I don't know, because all we've seen about Wuhan is like the wet markets, dude, and that type of stuff.
If there's anything we can at least all
that cracked me up.
If there's anything we can at least all agree on about this, it is it was way over exaggerated in March.
On is, man.
On its way over here specifically, dude. We were watching videos of fucking streets riddled with body bags in March. Remember?
Yeah.
Like riddled.
Yeah, it was
in body bags.
Yeah.
And
absolutely absurd.
And dude, it's
body bags.
Dude, it was. People were fucking, and like I think we were all fucking freaked out at first initial sights of it, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But
fear mongering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. So, but no,
that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of truth behind a lot of stuff, but it's just the exaggeration of it is where your morals come into place. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's dangerous, and it's, you know, I saw something the other day that said like the numbers have been altered or something, or updated or whatever, and like only 9,000 something have died and not 100 and something. I forget where and whatever.
So okay, so to clear that up, so there's a lot of, because I want to, like, that's been my whole thing. A lot of this journey, even before like I presume I got it, has been like, okay, like, well, let's be honest about both sides here, because there's like a lot of people that are like extreme conspiracy theory, like this thing was faked, like this doesn't even exist. Okay, well, you're a fucking idiot. Your brain cells are fucking limited if you believe that.
It's not existent.
Very fucking clearly, it's a very, very, very real disease.
Yeah, it's
virus.
Definitely a real thing.
But on the other end of the spectrum, you know, this whole like weird justice argument thing that it's like one that everybody knows better now. Everybody knows that it's a bad thing, and everybody knows how crazy it is, and everybody needs to be wearing their mask, and like that's gonna solve it. Let me just remind everybody, I fucking wore my mask everywhere, and I fucking got it. So okay, good job, good job. That doesn't, but I'm not, you know, I'm not blaming anybody for sure. Like I was saying, we came back from Florida. We stopped by a gas station in Atlanta, and it felt just weird as is. Obviously, this is just hypothetical. Like, no, you're never going to be able to track where exactly you got it from. But
yeah, no way. Well, that's what's so scary about it.
We were in this gas station, and I had to go number 2 ski, taking a little road trip. You gotta take a little relax every now and then. So, but dude, like just walking in the place, I just felt like uneasy about it as is. And then like while I'm in the bathroom, some dude just like runs in and just fucking blows chunks for like 5 minutes.
What?
And like, I mean, it could have been maybe somebody hungover, or could have been maybe somebody traveling, ate something bad, but like, you just got the feeling right then and there, like,
well, you got whatever he got, man.
Well, that, and it's just like this establishment does not feel too clean. I got out to the car and I told Megan, I was like, I feel gross after that. And I was telling one of the mods today when we were talking about it, like when I got the swine flu last time, my body kind of reacts pretty fast. Okay, like pretty fucking fast to sicknesses.
I didn't even know you got that.
So yeah, I got a weird version of it in 2017, 2018. I mean, I had to. Again, never got tested, but like when all fucking.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you get tested?
When all flags are fucking red, like there was a huge. Which this is what I was tell this story. Like none of us were aware there was like a weird, deformed new swine flu that went around in 2018 that killed hundreds of thousands of people, but you didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like a pandemic breakout.
Because nobody's getting elected.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's why.
So I got
no
that.
One's getting elected.
You actually might remember when I got that. I just literally started at Tiger Fitness, and then I got sick and I was on like a 95-day vlog streak, like uploading every day for like 90-something days, and I got hit with that.
Right.
And dude, I'm telling you, I went down to Cincinnati. 2 days later, I was a fever of 101, and I was in my bed. Like that's how fast things typically react with me. And I got sick we were traveling back on Sunday, and I got sick, or the first symptoms started coming in on Tuesday. 2 days later. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, I got it from fucking traveling.
You got to boost that immune system, man.
Dude, I fucking do. And that right there, like,
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
That right there,
you're pretty like responsible.
And honestly, I think that's why it's like this hasn't been fun by any means, but I think it's why it's been kind of, knock on wood, less than some other people out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I you know, it's not done yet, obviously, because like that's the thing that sucks about this is it's like a you know.
Is Megan worried or anything?
She's starting to get sniffles. I fucking heard it today. She doesn't want to admit it.
Dude, one sniffle, it's all it takes.
Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah. And I told her, because they have to wear a mask at her job, and there's like very few people that work there. But I told her out of respect, I said, you need to bring it up to them that I'm even sick. And she said that she told the boss that I had a fever, and they didn't really say anything.
But I care.
Well, like I said, they aren't. It's hard. It's like, dude, it's like 8 of them in a building. It's like, and she's the only one running around in a back area by herself. So it's like really hard to like, you know, I don't know, I guess freak out about it or whatnot. But I like the biggest thing
handling it is weird.
Yeah, because that's
like
the
nobody
biggest
really
thing.
knows how to handle it. You know, that's the whole issue.
Yeah,
the whole country.
Yeah,
you know.
Yep.
But
and
it even goes down to a smaller business, you know what I mean? Just everybody handling it, because there's not a whole lot of, I mean, there are facts, but we get all the exaggerated facts, you know what I mean? And all the exaggerations and stuff like that. So we don't even know if our facts are the facts or they're just crazy facts.
Right.
In like, you know, anomalies pretty much. So
yeah. And you can't like, it's, yeah, that's the thing. It's so tough about it is because, yeah, you don't know where exaggeration expands and truth ends. You know what I mean? Like where it all starts. It's a wildfire of like false information anymore right now. Cause like
it's horrible. It's horrible.
I had, so for me, the major symptoms so far, the worst part about it was like body soreness and fatigue. And,
oh dude. Being sore is the worst.
Yeah.
And being fucking tired. But being sore and you can't physically like operate like usual, that just sucks.
And it makes sense. It's a new virus that your body does not currently have immunities built up towards. So when you're getting it,
right,
your body is going in full attack mode. So it logically makes so much sense as to why. Yeah. Like everything in this last week, it just added up. Like the fevers hit, and then like I just didn't feel good, and then the soreness started hitting. And
you think it could have maybe like a food poisoning?
I thought it was keto flu at first. The first day I thought it was keto flu. I thought like because we just came back.
I thought you've been doing that.
Well, we went on vacation, so I wasn't really doing it on vacation.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's impossible.
Because like we came back and Monday, I'm like, all right, fuck it, 75 hard. Let's start it. Like keto is going to be the diet, and like first day.
Yeah, that morning I think you told me about 75 hard, or that
Monday
before.
Yeah, Monday morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting 75 hard, and I did. Like I
the next day.
I did my few mile walk in the morning, worked out in the evening, and well, to be fair, like these hikes, they're enough to technically count as the fucking, 2 45-minute workouts for the day. Because like that's the goal, is to work out for, like 60 or 90 total minutes or something like that a day. Yeah, 90.
Oh, I don't know about the.
Yeah, it's like 240.
I think the premise of it is just to be active.
Yeah,
so just keep doing
stuff. And one thing has to be outside a day, because some days it's going to rain, and like. Like
your first day. I saw that video you posted. I think it was Instagram or something.
Yeah,
you're like it's tight. It's raining.
It felt great. And then the next morning went out, raining again. Was hiking, and came back and boom, hit.
Yeah,
and
cool.
It's been so like I think the worst part about this has been like the clear depression that's came with it for me, because like
right,
like I'm at home all
because you're
day.
being like restrained.
Yeah. Like. There's been a few, like I streamed a couple days earlier this week, and I shouldn't have, because like Monday I had a stream, and I had a good stream. And by the time I got off the stream, my temperature had gone back up to 100.4. And it's just like, that's the thing that sucks with this. Is this is just a slow, long battle. Like you just really got to be like chill and resting the whole time, and just let your body.
Yeah, dude. Sleep is the number one medicine there is.
Yeah. And once I took is it acetaminophen? Once I took that painkiller on, which is basically Tylenol. I think it's weird learning painkillers. Like
I don't even want to learn them.
I know, that's how I hate taking shit.
Like ibuprofen and stuff?
Yeah, don't like taking any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just weird to me. But dude, I don't know. Because like from what I've looked into, and like I was saying, it was making sense. Your body, a lot of the reason why there's a lot of complications with COVID, from what I've kind of seen, is due to the inflammation aspect. And like that's even what like, because the people that get really bad, they get the COVID. It's kind of like the stage I'm in right now. So like I'm sick. My body's fighting this thing. And they get to a point where like, you know, like right now I can feel it more in my chest. It's moved to my chest. And last night I'd have a couple like coughing fits. And, you know, there's like pressure. You know what I mean? Like you can just clearly tell the infection's like gone to the chest.
You're just uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And
that's what it does, isn't it? It's like a respiratory thing.
Yeah. But a big thing about it is, since it takes so much of your body to fight it, you become inflamed. The inflammation becomes so much more. And when you have, like, for example,
it's a lot of stress on your system.
So like if your lungs have a lot of inflammation, they're more prone to have an infection. They're more prone for more problems. So like the key this just last week for me, at least like what it's been feeling like, is like, well, let's keep that inflammation, you know, down. Like let's try to keep that soreness to a minimum, and drink and eat and just do the best that I can.
Dude, with streaming, if you think about it, and just like literally just talking for, you know, 3 or 4 hours, you know, I don't know how long you usually go for, but you know, like typically people go for like 3 hours, but I would say, I would imagine. But that's got to put, you know, the extra stress on your lungs and all that.
100%. 100%.
I feel super drained after streaming, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a good feeling, but at the same time you're like, wow, that's takes a lot out of you, man, just to constantly talk.
Yeah.
Ironically, we're on a podcast right now. It's pretty funny,
but it's a two-way street, you know, on a podcast. Like there's still time
that's true.
While you're talking.
You don't have to you don't think, like, it's just way different, because in the stream with the chat, you got all these different dynamics and all these different, you could have all these different like little conversations with people, and you know, it's just a lot of thinking. There's a lot of fucking thinking that goes into it.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know.
You'll be good. You'll bounce back.
I don't know when I should. At what point do you say, okay, like I should probably go to the hospital? You know what I mean? Like at what point do you say, like, I should probably get this? Because like I agree with what my sister has told me, and she works in the medical field. You know, obviously, she's not God. You know, that's one thing I hate, when people try to portray that image of like, yeah, so and so works in medical. So they told me, like, let's just clear it up. I love my sister. She works in the medical field, but she's not right about everything. So I'm not taking what she's saying as like she knows everything because she works in the fucking medical field. But so, you know, like
she's more credible, but it's not like definitive.
I agree with her opinion that it's like, okay, all signs are kind of pointing at COVID. There's just really no point in you like leaving your house to be around other people just to get tested and just be another number for, like, you know, like I agree with her, like just to be another number for some politicians fucking argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's how I feel. Like I found that so weird at first. Like the first couple of days I started feeling like this, I just didn't even want to go get tested because I didn't want to prove somebody right. You know, and it's so weird that we're in a situation like that right now. Like that the government.
It's like not even about the sickness anymore.
No. Like
it's not about the fact that you might die. It's like the fact that you just want to like not give in to these motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah, it's so weird that they've
to a certain extent. I mean, it's just tricky. They're like the master of puppets, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's going to be a clear, like after the election, like such a relief of like this type of shit going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think optimistically, I think a vaccine will probably come out. I think once the vaccine is announced, then the whole thing will start to slowly die down because people are just worried right now. There's not enough information. Not enough people have experienced it and all that kind of stuff. They don't know if there's an answer, and a vaccine, whether you believe it or not, will act as the answer and relieve a lot of people of that stress. So in my eyes, that's just obviously my opinion.
Well, yeah, because I don't know about you, but I ain't taking it.
I think miraculously that'll just come out and probably like, who knows? I see stuff on Twitter all the time. That's like Trump just sped up the development of a vaccine and it should come out in like November or December or something. I'm like, yeah, of course, dude. Of course he's gonna expedite it. Why did he expedite? I mean, no shit. So I mean, which is great at the end of the day, but there's also like a political side of it where you're like fuck all you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the other side of it, it's like, okay, cool, we can finally hopefully get back to normal and shit like that. But luckily I live in a pretty small town, so it's not a huge crazy thing around here. People are still getting it and whatnot, but yeah, I always think about how if I lived in like New York or like, some other humongous city, it's just a way gnarlier thing out there. It's pretty laid back here, but I'm still like cognizant of it. I mean, every time I go somewhere in my car, I make sure I got my mask with me. Like the whole thing is it's a wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's been like this for a long time and it's still crazy to me. You know? But
it's definitely.
But anyways, I think it'll die down after the election. I think there's definitely a relationship between the two. It just makes so much fucking sense.
Yeah. It's just
I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, so I feel weird even saying that because that's not really my.
Yeah, but like
it's very like off brand for me to talk about that. But it just makes sense
at a certain point. Like conspiracy theories aren't theories, like they're very real things, like very 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 real things. I
think there's truth in it.
Yeah, a large portion.
I think most of them are just exaggeration. Like go full circle. What we talk about there's a lot of exaggeration. So I don't know. It all goes hand in hand. But at the end of the day, the whole thing just sucks. I just want I don't know. I just want life to go back to normal. Yeah. I want to be able to do things like our movie theater hasn't even opened, dude. Like little things like that. Like there'll be certain days where I'm just kind of bored, or me and Brittany are kind of bored, and we used to just be able to go to a movie, and that's how we would pass our time, or whatever. Like certain things like that, or like we have a really cool outside concert area in town. It's like a real small town down the street. It's like 7 minutes away, and bands throughout the summer would come there, and it was like a really cool thing for this area. And
I think I remember seeing some like posts from that. Yeah, for you guys.
Yeah, we went to a few different things there, but yeah, like little things like that, like very normal summer activities, and even nowadays, like posting a picture with a bunch of people, it's like you're gonna face some sort of backlash, and you could know everybody you're with is healthy and totally fine, and you did the proper precautions and you follow the rules of the restaurant and like all this stuff, but there's always going to be like a part of the people watching you that just don't approve and like now have some sort of animosity against you, and that's just some weird dynamic that just sucks. But it's like the
weirdest thing that's just like came from this year altogether is just like this like open intrusion for like people to feel that they can tell you how to live and fucking I don't know, dude. It's just getting fucking bad.
People, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. all the riots and all that kind of stuff too. I just think about that. I'm like, dude, all these people doing this shit, they may have a point, and whether it's valid or not, that's not really what I'm talking about. But these people all have just way too much time nowadays because a lot of people don't have jobs, and they're just living in a completely different type of world, and they have all this time to be doing that kind of stuff. It's like if they all had to be at their job, like you'd see way less, crazy rioting and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just everything feeds into one another.
You'd have less people that just like let little fucking Timmy Dick Tutu on fucking TikTok get to them. Like that's a problem. You got so many people that like they let a little child that makes a shitty fucking comment to them like get to them, and then they use that drive as a factor to like fuck this country and everything about it, because like people have just gotten so fucking, and I'm not, it's hard to say
they don't have outlets, dude.
People
they have nowhere to put that energy.
It's hard to say that people have gotten soft, because that's where you find some people will get so like butthurt from it, because then you think when somebody says, oh, people have gotten soft, then it's like, oh, well, this guy doesn't appreciate mental health issues. And it's like, no, like that's not a correlation. There's a difference between like mentally being stressed and having real anxiety, and there's a difference of like using those very real things to excuse the fact that you just fucking got offended. Like that's just all it is. It's okay, and like it's okay to, I think we just got to stop.
Some people are really sensitive, and some people people really aren't sensitive. Yeah, you can say whatever you want to them. And it's totally cool. But I think nowadays the whole argument of like whether or not the world is softer or whatever, I'm not even 100% sure if it's true. I just think, I know everyone just has a microphone and a platform nowadays. So I don't know if it's softer than before, or just that entire community is now just saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those people exist, and granted, I'm sure a lot of them feel a lot more comfortable to speak up nowadays because, a lot more things are inclusive or more inclusive in general, or that's the goal at least. But yeah, whether or not those things are going to affect me or somebody like you, it's probably not, because we're just, we don't have all this like pent up energy towards those people. We're like using that to do productive things in our life. You know what I mean? Like spending our time doing that instead of spending time on fucking TikTok. You know what I mean? Like arguing with some kid. It's like, I'll just see some bullshit. It's kind of rare though, but every once in a while somebody says some crazy shit I don't really, fuck with. And I just block them or mute them or whatever and just kind of move on. It's like, I'm never going to convince that guy. Nothing's ever going to change. I'm never going to be friends with them. I don't even know him. I don't know where he lives, etc. It's like such a waste of fucking time. But, you and I have other things in our life that.
And the reality is, like, you don't need to know him. You don't need to.
I know exactly. You don't,
and you don't need their approval. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one thing that's just like so many people forget with a lot of this. Like, dude, I mean, anything can get under your skin, and anything can like, and like I also do on the other side, like, especially as a content creator, if something like, it's like while we were down there, the guy that made that weird fucking dude, I had a hater these last few weeks, but I tweeted out a screenshot of the guy like, why do you even bother doing these YouTube videos? They get no fucking views, nobody fucking cares type thing. And like some people were like, you shouldn't have made a video on that. You gave him power. I'm like, I didn't give him shit. That guy's a fucking loser. He's so fucking jealous of my content that he's literally subscribed to the channel to fucking watch me. Like he actually made like 3 more comments like after that, like on my videos. So he like literally sat around my videos after making a comment like that. Yeah. So it like that to the point.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah, exactly. Like I automatically know that this guy has like some serious fucking problems with something. But it's like you said, just
nobody with a like a right mind does that kind of shit.
No.
Something's fucking whatever.
In those situations,
I don't even know because I'm not like that.
In those situations, I know maybe it's sick, but instead of just like blocking them, I hide the user from the channel, so he probably keeps commenting on all these fucking and his shit won't get seen. Like it will not get seen. And like I just do that sometimes because, dude, I don't know, man. Some people have such a fucking sad life, like that little fucking 2 seconds where they get a comment and try to put someone else down. I don't know. Maybe it makes their fucking day, man. It's cool though, dude. You don't man. People like that don't pay my bills. They don't fucking, that's I think it makes me more sad that people are like that because it's mindset issues. And it's like I was gonna say, it's like I was talking with Brian at Bad Seed Tech on this podcast about one of the episodes on how
that was a good episode. I listened to that whole thing.
Yeah, and one of the things that we talked about was like people would be shocked at how well you can do with a channel of my size and what you can do with revenue. It's fucking astonishing, astonishing, like life changing.
Yeah. It's all about community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we both seen people with an enormous amount of followers and barely any engagement. Like nobody's really invested in their life or knows anything about their life or anything like that. And then you got people that are smaller that they give away all their information. Well, not all their information, but like, they give them like people an in-depth look at who they are, and they have just a way more quality.
One of the biggest YouTubers,
95,000 less followers.
One of the biggest YouTubers in the last few years has barely made any money off of his fucking videos, off the actual video ad revenue. You know what I mean?
David?
Yeah. Because he all of his shit's copyrighted. So it's all perspective. Like that's the assumption. People are like, they see somebody like that. Oh my God, he's got to be making millions off of ad revenue. Nope. He doesn't get to make much off ad revenue because all the shit's copyrighted. But then they would see somebody like me and be like, wow, they see like, new videos. Wow, these videos have a few hundred views. What are you doing this for? But then it's like, do the math, dude. I get 5,000 views a day, like over the board, because I put so much work into so many videos. It's just perspective. People lack perspective anymore.
Yeah. Well, if people know you stated it so many damn times that like making videos, like I honestly feel like you could make the videos and get like literally 0 views and you would feel fulfilled because creating content and
it's a task.
Documenting and stuff is like, that's what you love.
And that's that's why people don't make it in things. And that's because you can say that about anything. You've been if some guy's been streaming for like 2 years and still only has 5 viewers, it's like, why do you continue to stream? You know what I mean? So it's just stupid. It's like we were just saying. It's mostly like people have like their own problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of these people feel like they've already lost and they have no shot, so they might as well try to take people down with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's sad. And my first instinct is like wanting to, I don't know, have an actual talk with some of these people. But then I think about it, I'm like, dude, I don't have like half an hour to talk to, like it's not really realistic.
Yeah, which is ironic.
But yeah, I feel sympathy for it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get too
I don't know.
I don't get too much hatred for haters.
Yeah.
Unless they like go out of their way to like be rude towards the community around you. That's when I'm like,
oh my God.
It's like one thing when you're somebody that's like, your content is stupid, this. But then when you start like bullying other people that enjoy it, then you're a fucking loser. Then you're like literally a desperate fucking nerd ass loser. And like,
bro, I'm posting. This is so funny. This happened. What you're saying correlates to something that happened in my stream last night to a T. And I actually edited a video for TikTok about the situation and everything. But it was the first time somebody in the stream was being like really disrespectful to somebody else in the stream. And the thing is, it was all in the game chat, and I can't hear the game chat when I'm playing. I can't hear anybody because there was like 20 people at one point. Like I can't I just can't do that yet. I haven't figured it out, so I just focus on like the stream chat and not what everybody else is screaming in the game. But apparently, there was a girl playing, and she was really cool and supportive and like just friendly, and everybody seemed to like her and stuff. But then in the game, there was remarks said to her, which I couldn't hear. Somebody brought it to my attention, but there's remarks to her that were just crossed the line. They weren't like, it wasn't like, yo, you suck, like in mid game, like just real normal trash talk. It was like personal, just bullshit stuff that I'll never tolerate. And fuck, I kind of forgot where I was going, but it had to do with disrespecting the community. And then that was brought to my attention earlier, and I had to actually do something about it and get rid of that kid. But I had no idea that was happening, and it just sucks. You have no tolerance for that. So I don't know. I hate that kind of shit, dude. When people are attacking your thing, because that's a clear reflection of who you are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. As
dude,
a streamer.
and you just want people to feel welcome and chill.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Like they're enjoying their time, and when somebody comes in and tries to fucking ruin that, it's like, dude, no, not happening.
What I was gonna say too is she ended up leaving and saying something in the chat, says like, hey, this guy's saying some crazy shit, I gotta go, like this sucks, that type of stuff. So she ends up leaving, and then I sent her a DM on Twitter and I apologized and everything. I was like, that was the first time ever in the stream and playing with me and stuff. So I messaged her, I was like, yo, I'm sorry, like this is not how it goes, I had no idea, whatever. And then another dude, which is kind of cool, but another dude in the stream messaged her as well and apologized, which I didn't know until later on. So, and shared the same sentiment and stuff. But that was the first time I've had to deal with some negative stuff. You know what I mean? It was an interesting dynamic, but it won't be the last time. Unfortunately, it's just how it is.
Yeah, you'll deal with, especially as being a streamer, you'll deal with like it's like it's on the spot, and people like want that reaction on the spot. And
I know,
like especially. That's why
it ruins it for everybody.
That's why I don't do community stuff on streams, because of like
I'm starting to get it
of that. Yeah, that right there.
I know. At some point, I think it'll be more concentrated. I'll know exactly who's playing and stuff like that. But yeah, out of like a lot of people that were in the custom game, I think there was like 15 or something. There was just one kid that was just saying some wild shit, and it made me really uncomfortable, and I actually got off the stream a little. I still went for like 3.5 hours or something, but I got off earlier than I wanted to because I saw that happening and developing, and I just started feeling a certain kind of way, like just not very comfortable. You know what I mean? And you could tell if you watch back the stream footage that like I didn't even say anything for a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Because I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and I was like, I gotta get off. Like I'm gonna raid this other guy. But that was just an interesting dynamic in it, and you just figure out how to manage it. But yeah, definitely
it sucks. It sucks
an experience.
It sucks from like realizing that you have to. It sucks being on any platform, and when you come across like your first form of like negativity, because like any new platform there's like a weird like euphoric high to like, wow, I've been missing out on this for so long, and then it's just like that first time that it becomes tainted sucks,
like toxic.
Yeah, and you're gonna learn real quick that streaming is it's one of
I know
it is one of the.
I'm trying to set the tone at the beginning to know this is how this goes around here. Like this is how we are, this is how I am, that type of stuff.
Well,
I feel like it's going pretty well for the most part. But you get this kid in there. I don't know how old he is. He could have been like, I mean, there was like a 13-year-old in the stream yesterday. I don't know what he's probably saying some wild shit. I have no idea. You know what I mean? But regardless to how old they are, I can't have that. I can't have people coming and having a bad experience. And when they see me, they think about that. And dude, ironically, she won the match. She beat everybody in this FFA. Like she destroyed everybody. So that's like the icing on the cake. But I told her we can play again sometime, just her and I or something like that. But
you'll find out.
But yeah, dude,
more
I don't know.
You'll find out more that the games also have a direct correlation of how immature some of the, like you're playing Call of Duty. So it's gonna happen. Like I'm telling you right now.
No, yeah.
That type. Like
I get it.
Not everybody.
I get it.
No, I was gonna say not everybody in the Tarkov community is like a fucking perfect angel, but it's a way more mature community because it's a mature game. It's not a child.
No, it's a cultural thing for sure.
Yeah, because
no,
like Fortnite was horrible.
I even give that kid the benefit of the doubt. To a certain extent because I'm like, yo, it's Call of Duty. Like he thinks this is how it is. Like there's memes everywhere and that type of stuff. But I had to set the tone and address it and let these people know that if you're gonna come in here and play and fuck with this community, then that stuff's not gonna fly. You can do that, whatever. Go do that on your own. Obviously, I wouldn't want you to because you're just
right.
a fucking loser, But not here. That's it. There's a million other places to play. So, but yeah, it's tough, dude. There'll never be like a answer or anything. Like there's nothing you could totally do. But I could do something. If I didn't say anything, I wouldn't even feel good about that. So, but yeah, that's just funny you brought that up because I made it an entire. Yeah, I'm posting something on TikTok today about that exact same scenario.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's
tough.
Definitely not gonna be the last.
Especially when you're not ready for it. For like hours, it's like all good and everybody's dope and whatever.
Dude, that was like the other day. I like was watching Doc, and like he ends his he's watching the new Call of Duty reveal. So he had like in-game audio and everything turned on, and he gets out of the lobby, and you just hear some fucking idiot just like knowing he's in a public like voice chat. You know what I mean? Like the whole lobby's talking, just dropping the N-bomb. Like the thing, these like.
That's so bad, dude.
Dude, just like the things that these people do.
It's so lame.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just fucking. It's just not even.
There's nothing cool about it.
I don't even think there was a point.
Nothing funny about it.
I don't think there was a point where there was humor in that at all. Like throughout the years, there's been a lot of like trolling where now it's like, okay, well, like you can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, right.
That was never like spam talking. That was never funny. Like it was never humorous. I don't know.
No.
That like and
Yeah, it's not a now thing. It's just bizarre. It's like a whole different planet I'm not used to, you know what I mean?
Like I'm not backing at all how gamers treat females, especially in 2020. Like, okay, it's getting old. But like 10 years ago, online lobbies, when you'd hear a girl, there are a lot more jokes back then because it's like a different thing. You weren't used to it. It's not saying that I made jokes, but like if you heard those stereotypical jokes back then, they were a little funny. When like a girl is trash talking a guy and a guy is trash talking a girl and a guy responds with like shouldn't you a typical shouldn't you be in a kitchen or type thing. They're talking shit to each other, and then that's a humorous reaction back then. But it's to the point where like guys that say that now, it's just like, dude, like that's not even funny anymore. It's just not even funny.
It's past its thing.
Like females
at this point, it's just
females have completely proven the point that it don't matter that they are female. They can still fucking game too. Yeah, you know what I mean? And
she beat everyone.
Right.
Like,
but like that's
the coolest part.
But like that's a thing that like throughout time you just don't even find it funny anymore, right? Like just shut the fuck up. But dropping the N-bomb all the time, like that was just never funny. That was never there was never a point where you're like, oh, listen to what Jerry said. That
was never even
you always
a joke.
had that feeling of like, dude, whoa, bro, like I gotta be seen around you. Don't say that shit, dude. You know what I mean? And
that sucks.
I don't know. People are so weird. I seen a TikTok the other day of a girl gamer, and or maybe it was a Twitter post, and she's just playing the game. It was Rainbow Six, I think, is Siege, that game.
Yeah, a lot of people were playing that shit.
And this little shithead teenager just like so many sexist jokes against her, kept team killing her because she's a female gamer. And I'm just like, where's your fucking dad, you little shithead?
That's what I think about, dude.
I know.
I'm like, dude, you have no leadership in your life.
No.
Like, how are you
exactly.
like this?
I can I can just imagine
no mentors
how
anything.
shitty of a fucking family that little shithead's fucking growing up in. And man, he's gonna be in a
lack thereof, Like,
yeah.
Or even having good friends around you and seeing how they operate and stuff like that. Like right now in my life, I'm really proud of like who I'm friends with. I'm friends with a lot of people that are really good and really professional, and this like people I can look at and take things from, and they just operate through life in a good way. And people like that, like little kids, especially little kids, because you're so young, you can only experience so much stuff and whatever. But if you have no friends or no real parenting or leadership or anything like that, it's like you're just a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
dude, I remember when I was
say some gnarly shit, but you really don't even know what you're saying.
When I was fucking
granted,
when I was 15, and we would play this online game, Enemy Territory. You heard a lady talking. I was an instant little, "What's up, girl?" You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
how you doing today? Type thing. And it's just like, where did little dudes go from the point of like it's a female, like respect a female, have some conversation versus like instantly like disrespecting females. And like I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. It's fucking weird.
It's just you can definitely, you could joke around and playfully kid around and harmlessly
like give each other shit, like give a friend some shit with each other.
Yeah, but once you cross that line, it's a very obvious line.
Yeah, and it's a very
you just lose all taste.
It's a
your humor,
weird
you know what I mean?
line too. Yeah,
I just think it's a very obvious slide, and I'm like, there's just no excuse, and that was kind of the main point. But yeah, I do these games where I've been playing with people every night, and it's been really dope, and the same people show up and they get excited and that type of stuff. But you have this kind of thing, it makes you second guess. Like, I just need to be smarter about this, and this is just the first bump of the road, and now it's like, how do we combat it? You know what I mean? It's all part of it.
Speaking of, so you just recently finally gotten into streaming.
Yeah, a month ago.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Where's the YouTube videos?
Yo.
Yeah. You get one little fucking sidetrack, and now it's just fuck
it's
YouTube,
tough,
isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah.
No. So I think about that, but like the thing with YouTube, the videos and stuff are great, but I found that it's not even remotely as close as like fulfilling to me as streaming and trying to invest in this and like get better at it and just do it and that type of stuff. So with YouTube, I want to, because I can get the views and subscribers pretty easily on YouTube if I wanted to, like with reaction videos.
But see, I think that right there in itself, you doing those types of videos is exactly what's taking away from your appreciation of doing YouTube in the first place.
So that's kind of what I was going to say.
Because
I can do those videos, and I know I can get the views. I know I can get the subs, and like the last like 700 subs I got was after like not even making a video. Like it like what I'm doing works, but there's a whole element that a lot of people don't know about. That's like fulfillment. You know what I mean? And I mean, you know that firsthand.
Yeah.
But I've flirted with the idea now that I'm starting to build kind of a community and, even like TikTok and that type of stuff, introducing vlogs and doing that kind of stuff again and showing more into my life and not just doing like chasing the views and stuff like that on YouTube. So I'm trying to like,
because you're in
I think about it a lot. It's definitely what I need to be doing it.
You're in a really interesting place right now to where you're an example of where, how do I say this without like, I don't want to sound like a dick with it. You're in a perfect place where like a lot of creators will look back in like 5, 6, 8 months and be like, fuck, I screwed up. Like you really are.
Like I didn't do enough.
You're at that point right now where because the thing that is so tough when you first start streaming and streams feel good because you're in the moment, especially when you start getting subs and stuff, it feels good. And it's a euphoric feeling that's like, holy fuck. Like what's possible with this. But then the thing is, you just always got to remember that is one form of content that just dies. It's just dead after you're off.
I know.
You shut off.
Yesterday's stream doesn't mean shit.
Yes, 100%. And this is the point where, like, it's like when you shared with me when you got on the creator thing, which I think I finally did too. Like the creator pay for TikTok.
Oh, on TikTok?
Yeah,
dude. I always forget that even exists.
But like you showed
cool.
you showed like a first thing, and it was like, you know, a couple $, and you were like tight or something like that, right? Or something. And like
$3 or something.
I get it. Like, but that's why I said, I was like, I know it may not seem like much now, but you got to understand like how big of an opportunity this could potentially be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like,
sure.
I mean, dude, it's just
you just never know.
Yeah, you just don't. You just don't. And it's just like, you know, right now, as a content creator as a whole, you know, you should be just as motivated to see the Twitch growth that you got from this TikTok stuff, and you should some way correlate that to YouTube, because that's where you're gonna find that sustainability. Because I'm gonna tell you now,
I 100% agree.
I'm on a week and a half of feeling like shit. Twitch ain't shaving my ass right now. If all I had to rely on was Twitch, I'd be fucked. I would be literally fucked royally right now, because every day is downtime from streaming. And then when you get in that, the bad thing as creator, and I'm just explaining this now for also anybody listening, because this like I said, this is the trap that creators will find themselves in. When you get to that point where it's like, you know, like God forbid you grow a stream, it starts becoming a huge point of revenue. You put all your time into it, and then God forbid you get sick. Not only are you down those days that you can't be there, when you get back, I guarantee you, your mindset will be in the wrong place, because then you're forced to play catch up. Then you're forced to say like, fuck, I gotta push these stats back up because I'm behind. And then it takes away from the feeling that you have right now, which is all you're doing is just going live. But the thing is, you're going to grow. Like, you're going to do better. And like, as a creator, now is definitely the time. Like, I would, you know, obviously personally suggest, and I think you're smarter than what you think. Like, I know there's ways that you can contribute your TikTok growth and correlate it to YouTube in some way. Like, I just
for sure
know it
for sure
without doing like
I think about
reviews.
I know. I think about everything you're saying all the time. Like, every fucking day, I look at all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to figure it out. I definitely, obviously, want to keep doing YouTube and stuff, but right now I've just been putting a lot of energy and effort into, because there's a whole learning side of streaming and Twitch, and even setting up like OBS, and like there's so many different things that have taken a lot of fucking time.
Bro, I told you a year and a half ago that you just gotta fucking learn it, and you all the time you're like,
yeah.
But how do you do it? Like, dude, you just gotta fucking do it. Like,
yeah, you just click shit, and then every single I'll watch other people's streams, and they'll have something little on their screen or something. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, I'll do that. You know, like,
isn't it crazy
nonstop?
To think?
But like, that's been a lot of my energy has been towards that. But like YouTube, I feel like I need to just do something more enjoyable, I guess. Like, the reaction videos and stuff are simple, and I know I can get views, and I know that works, but it doesn't get me going.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why, like I've told you, you've asked so many times throughout the years. So now that you're going through this, you can actually feel what it's like now. And this is how everybody has always asked throughout the years. Why don't you design? Why don't you just do designs live? You get a lot of views. Why don't you just do design tutorial? Because you don't get a sense of challenge and fulfillment out of it. I don't fucking care. If I wanted to have a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers by now, I know what I should have done. I know the dumb, it's not rocket science. I know what I should have done. but that I didn't want to do that. I don't want to be.
If I get 6,000 views on a reaction video versus even like 300 would be dope on a vlog or something about my life or something I care about. Those 300 views mean way more than me.
Right.
Way more to me.
Yeah, but as creators, it starts. You know what I mean? As creators, it starts fucking with you when you can do a tutorial video and it gets fucking 5,000-10,000 views. You can do a fucking product review and it does 5,000-10,000 views. You always talk about a laptop or a camera or a cell phone and it gets all these fucking views. And then the second you just want to be a creator and be like maybe inspiring and it gets only a couple hundred or a few hundred even, it fucks with you. It genuinely fucks with you. And
I can see that.
Like
it's like a self-doubt thing.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, because then you feel confined.
Yeah, like one of my biggest videos was that Gfuel one, where like I plugged your code and all that, and there's a lot of comments that are fucking awesome. That's like 18,000 views. But that type of video is exactly what I would love to just continuously make. So seeing that type of growth on that and those results actually makes me really stoked because I know I could, because I would want to do more of that, especially now that I'm kind of trying to get into this scene. It all like kind of correlates and it gets me excited. So I want to definitely kind of try to do some more of that type of stuff and like, implement gaming and whatever. But yeah, it's just a process. But I'm not like, yo, fuck YouTube. Like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
I think about it every day. Dude. 100%. And everything you're saying about documenting and like that stuff sticks around. I mean, I know. 100%. So
is Gfuel overrated? That's what you're. Yeah. See, and like that's good. That's good clickbait and.
Yeah, but there's definitely a vloggy feel of that, and that was fun to make. I like that. It's just like a long ass TikTok.
Yeah, dude, and like.
Honestly,
what did I tell you like so many times? And this is like so many creators.
You told me my TikToks are like vlogs.
So many creators miss out on this. Yeah, because I told you that your Instagram stories were pretty much right. Because like when we were talking about like TikTok at first, I was like, dude, why aren't you just doing your fucking Instagram stories on TikTok? Because they're fucking hilarious and they're pretty much TikTok.
Well, that's why I went. That's why I went hard in the paint with TikTok because I saw TikTok and I was like, yo, this app is Instagram stories on a timeline. And I'm like, yo, I love doing Instagram stories. Like, this is my app. And then it's gone pretty well.
I just hit
you know what I mean?
The big deal. I just hit 11K yesterday.
I saw that, dude. Let's go.
I'm on my way.
Your shit's been doing well, man. Like the stream setups and like
I've been trying
what you're doing right now.
I've been trying to do better at I want to start seeing what it's like to have better performing post overall instead of just like trying to pump out like 3 a day or something like that. I just want to like, a few TikToks a week that actually perform well as a whole and just see how that kind of grows. Cause like I look at that girl.
I would try to do at least one a day.
I look at that girl Bella that just blew up.
Oh yeah. The porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can thank her, for her service, former Navy.
Oh really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she was in the Navy, or maybe
Dude, she has a video with 220 million views.
Yeah, and every video, and the thing, TikTok. So like, and this is the thing. This is what I've been wondering about TikTok. She didn't get like Unreal. She didn't get like 200 million followers from that. She's at like 7 million right now, but like,
I think she's at like 10.
Every TikTok that she puts out now is like 10, 20 million views.
Yeah.
Like every one. So there's definitely some form of continued push for posts that do well. Like there just has to be at that rate.
Oh yeah, of course.
At that rate. Yeah, so like that's my thought. If I get most of my recent posts as a whole up and average going, will the algorithm push my content as a whole instantly? Because that's what it seems like it's happening for her
probably.
big time. Like every news.
Dude, if I watch somebody's TikTok in full or twice, I always see that person on my For You page. Like that is not I think about that all the time. Like that's not a coincidence. That definitely happens. Or if I like someone's TikTok, I always see that dude shit again. All the time.
There are some people that
that's a real thing.
There are some people that like I wish I follow them and I like their stuff and like I still can never find them half the time.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on TikTok a lot, dude.
Yeah, I know you are.
I don't know.
I'm scrolling on there a lot more lately, like especially since I've been sick. It's been like a daily.
Yeah.
It's been like a daily thing to like scroll. Dude, I've watched so many movies this last week. It's fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. How many?
Yeah,
movies
you were talking
I've
about.
I started watching your.
Yeah, you were talking about something.
I started watching your one thing.
McMillions?
Yeah. Weird.
Let's go.
It's dragged out. It's dragged
wild,
out.
dude.
It's dragged out for sure, though.
Yeah.
So
I didn't complete the whole thing. I'm on like episode 5, but
I think we're on.
But the first 3 or something, we're like, I was like,
we just did 4. Yeah. Like it's just like.
Oh, nice.
You know, it's always interesting. I watch documentaries, and I think they make me a better like filmmaker because it's like I watch that and I'm like, oh, like this is what some people probably mean on my YouTube videos when they're like, dude, you're running on about a topic. Just like go to the and it's like, okay, I get it now. Because like that one, there's like one episode. So anybody that's listening, McMillions is this TV show on HBO about at one point in time, it was a conspiracy theory about that nobody
conspiracies are all true.
That nobody wins like the McDonald's monopoly thing. And there's this whole documentary about how it was pretty much ran by like a relation to the mob and that's how people won the millions and all this shit. And very, very interesting thing. But in the documentary, there's just like one episode where like the whole episode is just like them telling the story about how one of the winners felt so bad. The girl from from Florida that they had to say was in South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
They dragged out a whole episode.
I forget what her name was.
on like trying to put you, the viewer, and to how bad she felt about this and how challenging this was and how corner. And it's just like, dude, it's just a 5-minute thing to show how bad she felt and like how tough it was for her. And that's it. It could have just moved on. But I don't know. It's still definitely interesting. Ironically, then I watched Shoot. It's on Netflix. It's a movie of how McDonald's was founded.
Oh, dude, with no, it wasn't Norm. No, who was yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was a great movie.
Gosh darn it. Let me see.
I was gonna say Norm McDonald, but I don't think it was Norm McDonald.
Dude. And like,
Founders, right? Or something?
Yeah, I think you're right. Let me see.
That was a great movie. I didn't know anything about McDonald's, before watching that. But that was dope.
Founders movie, maybe? Dude. That fucking the Founder. Yeah. So like
okay.
Netflix, The Founder. Anybody can check it out. It is a eye-opening movie about business. Because you don't know whether to love him or hate him.
Yeah, I think after that, actually, I hated McDonald's for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So for anybody that hasn't watched this, why you need to watch it, essentially the founder, quote unquote, of McDonald's, like blatantly stole McDonald's from the founders of McDonald's. And basically these two guys made McDonald's, the idea of McDonald's, fast food idea. This guy came along, became a partner with them to franchise, to like push their store across the states. They basically, which that's the thing that makes you not feel bad, is like there was so much shit that like there was so much opportunity in McDonald's that like these guys clearly just were trying to pass up on because they like pretty much just didn't have the balls to expand at the rate that they wanted to expand. So it's kind of like I
need to watch it again because I barely remember like the transactions and stuff in the movie.
Yeah,
or like what actually transpired, but
and yeah, basically the guy just like he was a third partner, came on, expanded their business around America, didn't have a lot of say in the changes to the brand of McDonald's, and then pretty much made it to where he owned all the land for all the McDonald's that were going up, and kind of became just such a wealthy portion of the business that like there's no way they were going to fight him, dude. And that happens in business all the time.
Oh, dude, facts. Didn't it say that McDonald's is like the biggest real estate company there is?
Yes, still the biggest. McDonald's is the biggest real estate company in the world. Another sad fact about the situation was
that's wild.
In the contract, the final contract that gave Kroc McDonald's, one of the things, the agreements was 1% would go to the founders. 1% of McDonald's would go to the founders. But in the contract, they had to make it a gentleman's handshake agreement, and the guys never got any of that 1%. And that 1% has been averaged to be $100 million a year. And so the original founders of McDonald's ended up with $1 million each, $1 million each after taxes.
My God.
And they were supposed to get 1% throughout, life. And
yeah, that makes you resent McDonald's. At least it makes me resent McDonald's.
Yeah, for sure.
Did they the whole Monopoly game? It's kind of funny because we have I don't know if you guys have Albertsons where you live, but it's just another grocery store. And but when you check out, they do what game is that? That's not Monopoly. They do some other like board game type shit, just like the Monopoly game. And whatever items you go in there to buy, like you can get a certain things to match up, and you can win big ass prizes and stuff. And the first time I was doing it, we had like the board at the house, and I was all stoked. I was like, yo, we're about to win. Like, this is dope. Like, we're so close. and then the game ended, I guess. And then I started thinking about it, and I just sat there. I was like, yo, no one wins.
No.
Like, there's no last piece. This is the biggest
scam.
This is a scam. Like, this is a big fucking marketing scam. And the marketing guy in me was like, yeah, it's actually really clever. It's super fucked, but like, I know what they're doing. It must work astronomically, because I was going in there buying like certain yogurts that I would never buy. You know what I mean? Because I was trying to get these points or some stupid shit. But yeah, and then we watched that documentary, and I was like, yo,
yep,
everyone fucking sucks.
Yeah,
dude, you can't trust these big ass companies.
No,
it sucks.
It's marketing. It's 100% marketing.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't imagine. I was buying so much random shit.
That's like one of the crazy lines in that movie with McDonald's was like him talking about like, it's just business. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He essentially basically
so fucked up.
He essentially basically was like, McDonald's was meant to be a business, and you guys can't handle doing business, so that's why I stole it from you.
Yeah,
like that was his. That was like the premise of his. But like,
it's so whack.
That's kind of like business in America. Like, you're gonna get fucking screwed over. Like
you just wish people would go about things, in a respectful way. Right?
Yeah, but respect don't pay the bills.
I know, dude.
Speaking of paying things, I had to go pick up my fucking tags for my fucking charger, fellow Charger gang. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Fellow Charger.
How much are your tags? Is there a lot?
So in North Carolina, you have to pay property taxes on your vehicle.
What?
Yeah. So typically,
how does that make sense,
dude? So in Ohio,
fuck all these people.
I get a car, I register the vehicle, I get a license plate for it, and then at the end, like, you pay for that registration, right? Every year, it's like, I don't know, like $60, right, to pay for your registration, to be registered in the state of Ohio. Here, in order to keep your vehicle registered, you got to pay the property taxes on the vehicle. The property taxes are fucking 10% of the value of the fucking vehicle. Do
what?
the fucking math. Yeah. So,
oh my god,
because I got the Charger black top.
Yeah, you got
it's the special,
you got the big boy,
the big special edition, dude. And that wrecked me too.
Holy
That wrecked me too.
fuck,
By the
man.
way, when I found out, dude. So
Wow.
I paid more on my Charger than a typical Charger RT because it's a black top edition. It's a special edition.
Right. Yeah.
If I would have spent $4,000 more, I would have been able to get a fucking 392. But
yeah.
They don't have.
Sure.
They don't have.
What a shame.
They didn't have one on the lot. I come back like 2 days later to grab something that had to get there, and they fucking had one on the lot.
Of course they have it.
Yep. I was so fucking.
Yeah, dude.
I was so gut wrenched because like one, I felt so bad that like that there on that spot, I didn't appreciate my car already. Because I was already like, man, I wish I would have gotten this one. And I'm like, you selfish bastard.
Yeah.
This is your fucking.
At some point.
This is the car that you fucking wanted. But it's like the interiors are the same. It's just an extra 110 horsepower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I actually, it's funny. My mother-in-law actually drives a 392,
dude,
which is hilarious. She has a white. I think she have a Daytona. Yeah, she has a white Daytona. Actually,
yeah. See, that's what confused me. I thought all Daytonas were 392s. So for anybody that's listening, by the way, we're talking nerd car stuff, and
yeah,
both of our cars are V8s. Both of our cars are stupid fucking fast.
Same car.
I post on social media that I fucking got my dream car, because for me it's just it's a realistic dream car. I wanted a sports car that's a 4-door. I had a Charger back in the day. I switched to trucks for years. Love trucks, but I'm just not a fucking truck guy. I'm an SUV and a car dude. Like it is what it is. And like, while I'm not fucking famously rich, like obviously I have my like super dream car, like fucking I want a fucking
of course.
demon Hellcat. Love one.
Yeah, I have my dream car right there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Which my dream car would smoke your dream car. But anyways,
we'll see one day.
So like realistic, like adult dream car was this car, because like I wanted a sports car again. That's a 4-door that can still be a family vehicle to where the wife doesn't get upset about it, and like it is what it is. Like this is what I wanted. And and there's a different version of what kind of car that Rob and I have, that it's just essentially a lot faster for like, a certain price range. And then there's the next edition, which is like $30,000 more than our cars. And that's but that's like unreal fucking, just unnecessary horsepower. Like you're not using 700 horsepower, dude, bringing home groceries.
That should be Dodge's tagline. Unnecessary horsepower.
Yeah.
They do a lot of crazy shit. But the only differences between ours and the 392 is because she actually, my mother-in-law drove her 392 to our house once, and it parked right next to my car, so I got to look at them. And she actually has a different suspension as well, so it's a little bit lower. And then she has bigger brakes and a slightly bigger tires. But I actually drove it and listened to it and stuff, and I actually like the sound of the 345, like the car we have, the engine of it a lot more than the 392. I don't know why, but it did not have the same like crispy rumble.
I was just saying, like kind of weird, the same growl.
I thought it was going to be, you just figure it's way more beast and it'll sound crazier, but like I just vividly remember the sound comparing those, and I was like, wow, it's actually,
dude.
Like this,
and
ours sounds better.
What's like stupid too is like some people don't understand, dude. Like, okay, if I could afford a Hellcat, like life would be good anyways. But like having a Hellcat is actually in a neighborhood. When you live in a neighborhood, it's an actual extreme inconvenience, and some people don't understand that. Like, dude, those vehicles are fucking loud. Like, dude, have you seen like a video of a Hellcat cold starting in like a neighborhood?
That's all I see all day.
Holy shit, dude! It's like there was this TikTok, ironically, I seen this morning, that a guy was like, "Yeah, some of my neighbors called the police on me because my car starts up in the morning. And he's like, so it's 7:30 in the morning and Colt starts his fucking car. And it's like, dude, it's like a fucking race car.
For months, I worked out at 7 in the morning with a couple guys in town. And every morning I felt really bad because I'm like, yo, they definitely hear this shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and my wife works out every morning at like, she leaves the house at like 4:45, and her exhaust on a cold start is probably louder than mine. And every morning I hear her car start up. I wake up for a second and then I go back to sleep. But I never wanted to be that asshole in the neighborhood doing that. But like, here we are. You know what I mean?
Hold on one sec. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
For anybody listening.
Dude, you should look up one of a muffler delete.
Like, dude, it's fucking ungodly loud. I'm linking you the video that I'm listening for on stream right now. So, like, imagine people in a fucking neighborhood living next to you. Like, it's so... Yeah, we both have RTs just under 400 horsepower. And yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad about it when I started my car, like in the morning. Oh, dude, today was the first day I was able to drive my car since I've been sick. Oh, it felt
nice.
Felt so good, man. I put so many miles on that car already.
That's crazy. How many miles are you at?
I
rarely drive.
I'm about to hit 4,000 already.
Yo,
dude,
let's go. That's fucking crazy.
I drove.
Well, you went down to Florida, right?
I went to Ohio and back, and then Florida and back with it. Already.
Shit,
dude,
it must have been a fun drive though.
So I haven't really told this story yet. So
big ticket.
The week that I got it.
Oh,
it's Thursday, and I told them. Or did I get it on Thursday or Wednesday? Yeah, I got it on Thursday. I told the dealership, if I'm getting a car, like if we're doing this, I'm doing it today, and I'm getting an all black RT. It's if we can make the finances work to the payment kind of area that I want, we're doing it today.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no, well, maybe Monday we'll get. I'm like, no, like I'm going to Ohio tomorrow, and this is what I'm fucking driving to Ohio in. So they made it happen. We got it. It happened. I really didn't get a chance to drive it much that Thursday because like you're dealing with the dealership all day. So the first time I'm really getting to drive this thing on interstate specifically, especially like really driving it, like getting comfortable in it, is a fucking 8-hour road trip to Ohio.
That's sick. That's the best way to do it.
Let's just say, typically that road trip, it's 500 miles. Typically that road trip, like, I mean, when you GPS it, it's like 8 hours. And then you also put in stops and stuff. It usually takes about 8.5 to 9 hours, the trip. Yeah. Dude.
You did about 3 hours?
We did it in 7 hours and 15 minutes. Dude, there's like
the sport mode.
There's dude, and there was a weird thing that happened to the trip. So we're leaving North Carolina on interstate, and dude, this motorcyclist is just cruising, coming up behind me and just weaving in and out in traffic. And he was a very clearly like real biker gang member of some sort. I can't remember what his patch said, but like legit patch, big fucking like middle finger on his back, like just a rough looking guy on a really nice bike. Like did not fucking care about traffic laws, like probably cruising 100 easily. And so we see him the first time, and then we get through the Virginias, and I see him again, and he came from behind me and passed me. And the first time when I noticed him weaving in and out of traffic, like not giving a fuck. So when he started coming up on me, I got over.
Those guys are crazy. Let
him go and got back over because I got a lot of respect for motorcyclists. I'm just go ahead, get out of your way, my guy. So I see him the second time do the same thing. And both times I kind of thought that he cruised next to me and maybe like did something or like got slow, but I was like,
You wanted the smoke?
No. And then so we go through like West Virginia. We're like coming towards the ends of West Virginia, and we're at the final like toll booth, and there he is smoking a cigarette, like on the side.
You kick his ass?
Pass through it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking. We were feeling good. Sunroof came open, windows, because this is my first sunroof car since the 06 Charger, and we're just fucking.
Oh, nice.
We're just fucking cruising, and very much cruising. Like Megan started, having to grip shit because I was like kind of weaving in and I was feeling it. All of a sudden, I look back in the mirror and I can see that motherfucker weaving in and out of traffic. And there's this point when we're in there was this point when we were in West Virginia, and he's coming up, and once again I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of his way. Pulls up next to me, gives me a nod and a wave, looks at the car, gives me a nod, and then just hauls it. And I'm just, for some reason there, I was like, dude, this fucking car is badass. And I was like, and we're opening it up. So this dude was doing 100 something on the highway. So I'm like, well, if anybody's going to get in trouble, it's going to be him first. So I was like, well, let's fucking follow him.
I thought you.
So I just got in the lane behind him, and we just both in our lanes just fucking. Megan, this is so unnecessary.
Yo.
This is so unnecessary right now.
No, it's necessary.
I'm
it's
like,
so necessary.
Megan, this is why I bought a $40,000 sports car to fucking have these moments. It was just such a unifying like moment. This badass guy, thanks me.
Yeah.
It gives me some kind of like respect on the road, and we just like, let's just fucking horsepower open it up. You see fucking family vehicles in their vans and shit and weaving in and out. It's just good vibes.
Dude, that's the whole beauty of it. Like people who don't have a car like that don't get it, and you just have no. It's such an experience. Like, dude, I can drive right now to the gym, which is like 10 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
On the way to the gym, there will be at least one car that looks at my car and has some sort of reaction.
Yes.
And it'll crack me up every time I drive it. I've driven places where like the people in the car in front of me, I'll see like a couple kids like turn around in the back seat to look at me.
That's one
stuff like that. And like it's the coolest thing, dude.
One of the like my most favorite things about having this car and when I had my red Charger back in the day was like a fucking kid getting tickled when like you drive by.
Oh.
And or like when you're at an intersection and like they're just hear the and then you just fucking rip it. And you're like, yeah, woohoo!
Yeah.
Because
it's
like
the coolest thing ever.
Pure fucking joy. You're not fucking hurting anybody. Like,
bro, the amount of like older guys that like will be standing in a parking lot or something and just look at me as I go by and like give me a thumbs up or something like that is like.
Megan already like, dude, the first day I'm on the lot, the guy's like, this your car? I'm like, yeah. Wow, that thing is sharp. Like go to a gas station, you know what I mean? Which is like, it's ironic because that was like one of the deciding things like moving down here. I had my truck and some guy pulled up with a fucking Chally next to me at the gas station. And I was like, hey, is it worth it? And he's like, dude, worth every fucking penny.
It's worth it.
And I was like,
worth every penny.
I was like, I just moved down from Ohio and I used to have a Charger up there. He's like, I come from Indiana. He's like, I know exactly what you're going to say. He's like, I bought a truck when I was in Indiana too, because I used to have a fucking Charger up there. And he's like, you just can't drive up there like you can down here most of the year. And he's like, I moved down here, sold my my Dodge Dakota for this Challenger, never looked back. He's like, the amount of time I get to appreciate this car down here, it makes me so happy to drive it all the time. And I was just like, I got to get out of a truck. I love it. I love a truck, but it's just.
Yeah. I don't think, honest to God, I don't think I've ever driven my car anywhere. It didn't.
And not had an erection.
Just pure feeling of just like fun.
Did you hear
Like,
me?
it's like the funnest thing in my day.
Did you hear me?
Huh? Oh, that too, dude. Yeah,
I said
that's a constant.
not able to
I have one
drive
right
a car
now,
anywhere
just thinking about it.
without an erection.
Yeah, that's facts too. Try to keep it PC under, but or PG under, but yeah, no, yeah, it's the coolest thing ever. I don't know. We have a friend in town that she's a Prius and like she's just not in the cars, so it's all paid off and it's like super old and whatever. And we've been trying to get her, but she has a job that she makes a lot of money. Like
Megan's the same way, by the way. That's the only unfortunate thing.
We've been trying to convince her because Brittany's in the car industry as well, and we've just been trying to convince our friend to just step her shit up. You know what I mean, and get something else. And she's just not about it. And I'm like, well, have you ever actually like gotten behind the steering wheel and actually tested out one of these kind of cars that we're talking about? You know what I mean, like a BMW or something nicer, way nicer. And she's never actually she never test drove anything before. And I'm like, okay, so you've never felt it.
Felt it.
You don't know. Because a lot of people think the same thing. Financially, it's the smart thing to do to not buy a really expensive car, of course. But the feeling you get, like you can get this feeling of just excitement and enjoyment, like a couple different times a day, which you wouldn't have regularly. It's just the coolest shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the reactions, and I don't know. It's just so many different things. It's just so fun. I mean, granted, I've loved cars for a long time, so it is a little different for me. Like I can spend more money on a car than a lot of other people that are into them.
Yeah, see,
but I've also experienced the nice stuff. So like, I just know how it makes me feel, and it's just
Megan is the same. Like she is complete not into cars, and like like the first time
she didn't look too stoked in your videos. That's what cracked me up. You'd be like, you'd do a startup and she just had like a blank face.
Yeah,
you're like laughing.
That's how it is, and she doesn't like.
I love that.
She just doesn't. She hasn't driven it yet. I'm nervous for her to drive it because it's like
I know
it's a lot of it's a lot more horsepower than my last. Yeah, it's a lot more horsepower than my last RT. A lot more. Well, maybe not a lot more. It may be only like 50 horsepower, but like you feel it, man. It's got a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a heavier car too for some reason, but
that's a big ass car.
I don't know why it just feels more intimidating than the last one I had. Well, I'm sure. Like,
well, it looks sick. That's one thing. You see what you're getting into, and you're like, yo, this thing just.
Especially those front ends of ours, because like we both have like the kind of like the same hood scoop. Like that's such a thick.
Oh, dude, I love the front end of it.
Such a thick,
love everything about
beefy front end. Like you just know something's under there, dude. Which is a good thing. That
it's like a small SUV.
It's a good thing they started doing that because see, I didn't have a hood scoop on my first Charger, and I would have cooling problems with it, and they were notorious for that.
Oh wow!
So like if I was like at after all those years of having it, if I like being like lying at a drive-through and just letting it run there, it would just like start getting like a little too hot. Which I'm sure that also has to do with some kind of coolant or something as well. It was at that time when I sold it, it was like 10 years old, at that time. So,
right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I love my car. I love.
Dude, it's worth it so much. Like my car payment went up like almost $200 for my last car, and my last one I didn't really love it. I had a truck that I literally never posted a picture of.
This is exact same thing with me.
I had it for like a year, never posted a picture, never really like. Oh, I just didn't love it. It was cool and stuff, but I bought it mainly for Gunsmith and to do expos and to drive to places to put all the shit in the back of the truck. Like I bought it out of like a necessity. Granted, it was really nice and stuff, but I'm just not a truck guy. And I got the Charger and I posted a photo of it online within 20 minutes. But my payment went up like a lot. But I've never given a fuck.
My payment's gone up.
It's so worth it.
My payment's gone up like $40 a month. Or no, it's like more like $30 a month. Insurance went up another like $15-$20 or something like that, which is weird. I think we're getting screwed with that. Need to double check on that. And then
I just changed my insurance recently. We're saving like over $200 now a month.
Yeah, and we
went from Geico to fucking
we have Geico right now.
Allstate or something.
We have Geico.
We just left Geico.
Yeah, they're trash. And then
like, what the fuck?
And then obviously now too, I'll have to fucking be paying the I don't know what would the yearly average be, like $30.
Property tax?
$30 a month on average of property tax. Yeah, that'd be about like $400 something a year.
Bastards,
Dude, fucking wild.
That's
yeah,
so...
there's got to be some kind of give. There has to be some kind of like reasoning why that's better than being in Ohio the way they do things. There's got to be some kind of benefit. Has to be.
I don't know if it's a benefit, but you'd hope there's some rationale behind it just to make you feel a little better.
I mean, I don't know how that works too, because like
it's just a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, is that a tax write-off too? Because it's taxes. You're paying taxes. But then again, like, I know your property taxes for your house are still, that's, if you work from home, that is still a portion that you pay in taxes that are for your business. So it's a portion of it is a write-off. So I don't know how it work with vehicle. I'm just gonna have to give all that to my, which that is the only bad thing about North Carolina is the taxes down here suck.
Oh really?
So we have lower sales tax, which was nice getting the car.
Okay.
So it's like a 3% sales tax here compared to Ohio's like 7%. So obviously
we have a 0% sales tax.
Yeah. But you guys also probably have a higher rate of living there too.
Oh yeah, maybe, probably.
Like
depends on where you're at.
Yeah,
Southern Oregon's not bad, but
like a mortgage.
Yeah,
like if you don't mind me asking, what's a mortgage on? Like, what size of your house do you have? And what's your mortgage?
I'm not sure what the square footage is. It's like 2-story. We got 2-story, 3-bedroom, yard, all that kind of stuff. It was $300,000. But our house is valued now at over $400,000. So it's pretty fucking crazy.
So wild.
Well, dude, so I lucked out because we moved into our house 2016. Almost immediately after we moved in, they started building an entire shopping center, literally 3 minutes away, like right around the corner.
So that brought the value up.
Way up. They're putting like Dick's Sporting Goods. They just put in a Chick-fil-A. They put in like John Badouche, like all these like mainstream things. They built out this beautiful shopping center right fucking there. They're gonna build something else across the street. It's like a sporting facility.
Isn't that wild? Like
we lucked out like crazy.
When you
think about that all the time.
When you deal with that, like you can never think of going back to renting.
Oh no way! I would never want.
Renting is one of the biggest scams in this country.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people do it out of, they have no. I mean,
no option.
Like your options. Yeah, you couldn't.
I feel
like buying a house and putting a down payment. The down payments. I remember learning about like your down payment and like the first house we ever looked at when we were advised by somebody to start looking at buying a house because the rates were so low or whatever. We like just toured a house and we're talking to the real estate agent about like, so how do you like buy this? Like what's this next step? And she's like, yeah, you got to put down, usually you'd put down like a down payment of like, 10% or some shit like that. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a sec. She thinks we have like $30,000 in the bank, or like, is that's how this works? Like you just like, what the fuck? So all these people renting, I mean, having a shitload of money in the bank is tough. Like we eventually, I think we put down somehow we got to like a little over 10,000 down on this house. But that took us a long time. That took us like a year to like keep saving up, and every paycheck we put it into our savings, and like we had like a house fund.
Yeah.
And but it's regardless, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of money. But yeah. But you look at the value of everything now, and it's like it seems to have
because
I'm very fortunate.
We found out that we haven't got our house appraised, but we found out that our house because like we're in a community. And like this house would have been built.
Your neighborhood looks nice. It looks like very clean.
It's nice. Apparently, somebody last night was up at like 1 a.m. screaming in the middle of the street. So that's pretty cool. But everybody, super fucking weird. I don't know. Megan's like, "Did you just hear that?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Last night at like 1 a.m." And she's like, "Yeah, somebody was just screaming in the street." I'm like, "What?" Because like nobody in our neighborhood looks like suspicious or like but. Maybe one of the corner neighbors has got some partiers in the family and they got fucking drunk on a fucking Tuesday, oddly enough, and fucking. There's always comes crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, we live in a pretty clean cut, nice neighborhood with nice people, and but there's a Facebook group for the whole neighborhood, and like people post shit probably once every 3 weeks, maybe a month, of some guy walking around and just broken in my car, or some, or like footage from the security systems on people's houses of like somebody walking around trying to pull handles and like doing this crazy shit. And you can only do so much, but
people get wild. People get wild. But we found out that in our whole development and community that our house is already the style of our house is already gone up like $20K or something like that.
Nice.
So we haven't been appraised, but like, the thing that some people are confused about is like this house would have been built with or without us buying it. And it would have been built the exact way that it was built. Like, so like these companies make these neighborhoods and they have like 10 different style homes with different square footage and some layout changes and color differences to try to make them feel different and flowy throughout the neighborhood, but they're gonna go up anyways. Which like this isn't that we already, like, even when we first got this, we were like, this isn't gonna be our forever home, for sure, because like, I mean, we wanted to get out of our whole thing was we were paying $1,400 a month renting a 2-bedroom apartment.
I know, that looked crazy,
and
it looked nice, but it's just
we're paying,
it eats away at you.
Dude,
you're like, what am I doing?
We're paying the same right now for a 2,300 square foot home. So it just literally literally made sense. Like, we couldn't find a house that we wanted because it goes so fucking quick here. So we were like, okay, well, we'll just get one of we'll just get one of these. Like, you're like, I think financially you're obligated to have to stay in it for at least a year, I think. So it's like, okay, well, if we don't like it after a year or two, it's like, well, we sell our house and move somewhere else and don't just break a lease on an apartment and fucking get screwed over from, like, at least there's a chance to get your money back. There's a chance to get money out of like being here and whatnot. So I think, we definitely learned a lot from it. I don't think next time we'll build. I think next time we'll definitely get like a house somewhere.
Oh yeah, you made a whole. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot you like built it out.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. We got to see the whole process, and after we're just kind of like, cool. Like, it's still a house that you move into, and at least
it's not like super trick custom.
Yeah. And like, the good thing is, like, we know we don't have to deal, like, everything's under a warranty and like a 3-year protection, like everything.
Oh, nice.
So it's like there's a lot we won't have to worry about for the next few years that we're here. So, but I definitely, especially after COVID and shit, like, we definitely want something with more land. We want a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
A little bit more space in between.
I mean, it's just a stepping stone,
Yeah, exactly.
We're all young.
Yeah, which, I methis is the biggest. It's definitely proud to have it. Like, this is definitely one of our biggest purchases we've ever made, and it's just I don't know. It's just too big. It's fucking weird. Like, you walk into.
Wait, dude, you're used to a lot of a small town, and you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just weird. Like, I went into the guest bedroom the other night to grab an extra pillow to try to get comfortable, and I'm just like, dude, I've never even set foot in this fucking room.
Yo,
I have a room in my fucking house that I don't go into and don't walk into. It's that big. Like,
make it something.
Well, it's a guest bedroom, and like, for guests, and if we, God forbid we have kids, make it into a kid room, make it into a child's room. God forbid. Let's hope we don't put that on the fucking plate anytime soon. I feel like are you and Britt? Because you guys are about the same age as us, or we're polar opposites, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, Britt's older than you, right?
How old's Megan?
Megan's 2 years younger than me, and isn't Britt like 2 years older than you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Britt's 31.
So you guys want kids?
Yeah, for sure. It's just a timing thing.
Yeah.
Especially with like the whole pandemic and stuff right now is definitely
Dude,
that turned me off from the idea.
Couldn't imagine, could you?
Because I'm trying to like, dude, 3 of my super close friends had kids this year, like right at the beginning,
and now you're screwed.
And I'm like, yo,
you're too late.
I don't even know how. I don't even know how they're doing it, but
you'll have the little runt that gets picked on now. You're too late. Like
I got a feeling my kid will be pretty
pretty
massive. So.
we just had like a handful of people of our friends have their second fucking child, and I'm just like, we're fucking missing out. Like none of my child will for sure not be friends with my. There's just no way now because like it's just then you got to think about having a kid. And,
dude, my best friend since like 2nd grade, best man at my wedding, all that stuff. He's got 3 kids.
Holy shit!
Like his youngest is like,
dude, that's ironic. The best
2 or something.
The best man of my wedding.
What the fuck?
Best man of my wedding just had his second one, dude.
Yeah, dude. So, but that's his thing. He's very like, that's just his thing. He's a very family guy, family oriented, and whatever. But yeah, Brittany and I are. This is a timing thing, and we don't want to rush it or just do it because everybody else is doing it, something like that.
Here's the question. Are you okay? Are you guys okay with never having kids if that just happens?
I'm not sure. I feel I would lean towards because I've never been the type of guy. It's never been my goal to like have kids, and I never think about it really. And
to spread your seed.
Yeah, but I know people that like it's always been their dream to have a family, like that's their thing, and like you know, et cetera, et cetera. I have these other goals and things that I think about on a daily basis.
Bingo.
So it's a little different for us, and same thing with Brittany. Like we want to go on these trips and do these kind of things, and we always and even like have parties and stuff. We always think like because we have a lot of friends in town. A lot of them have kids. They're older, whatever, they're like in their 30s, and yeah, and they all have like newborns, and they always have to like get a babysitter and all that whole process and stuff. We always look at each other and we're like, yo, we couldn't be doing this right now if we had kids. Like just thinking about that, you know what I mean? So, but at the same time, I'm kind of in the mindset of like, let's try to do as much as we can, you know, ASAP. This is kind of before the pandemic started, but let's try to do everything we can. Like get out. Like we went to Portugal last year. That was the coolest shit ever. I want to do more stuff like that and like see more stuff, and then we can introduce a kid to the world. But in the meantime, I can't. I'm kind of leaning towards like it is what it is. It's not. It's not a priority.
Yeah, that's how we've talked about it, and it's like it's obviously she wants a kid. She obviously wants a couple kids, and but that's like one thing we talked about. Like, if one of us was not able to have kids, are you cool with that? Or like if it just doesn't work out?
That's an important talk, dude.
Like are you cool with that idea that we can if we never can have kids? She's like, yeah, I'm fine with it. It would suck, but like she's like, there'll be nieces, there'll be nephews, like there'll be children. And like we said too, like if that was the case, like adopting definitely isn't I like the idea of just adoption, period. Just because there's just so many kids without parents out there.
You were saying that on your stream the other night.
Yeah, there's just so many kids without parents. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
So, but that's
a great way to give back too. I mean that because you share a certain sentiment with that whole dynamic being adopted yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You feel for them and stuff like that. So that would be pretty cool. I haven't really thought about that much. Yeah, I don't know.
I just
I want to have a family because my family's so small that if I don't have a kid, like if I don't have a boy, for example, our last name ends. Like our whole everything just ends.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm the last Endicott boy in our direct family line.
Yeah, and I have an older sister, but I can't ever imagine her having a kid. Like ever. I mean, she can't hold a relationship for more than like a month, So she's 3 years older than me.
You better hope she doesn't watch the podcast, dude.
She doesn't, dude. I don't think she has any idea what I'm doing. She's in her whole world. Her and I are complete opposites. She's in her whole different world. But I mean, I love her to death and everything. But yeah, she's not watching the fucking podcast.
I got a couple siblings that I don't that it's kind of like the same way that I don't really like ever talk to too much.
Yeah, I talk to her about like goofy stuff every once in a while, but like how she reacts to things, she's way more emotional than I am. She reacts to things. She's way more dramatic than I am. She changes jobs every like 6 months out of fun. She moves every single year because she thinks it's fun. Like we're like completely fucking different. She's not athletic at all. You know, like we have nothing in common. Like it's crazy. We have some like
you would move. I was gonna say you'd move if you could. Move out to move out to North Carolina and
I don't know, man. You guys got a lot of like natural disasters and shit.
Wait, what?
On the East Coast, you guys always have crazy shit happening over there.
Bro, don't you live by like the fucking central like earthquake of fucking the world?
We've never had an earthquake yet here.
Isn't Washington and California about to be like in the fucking ocean or some shit out there? Because the fucking
they were saying that shit. They were saying that shit 10 years ago.
Dude, it is interesting. It is interesting to think of that. I was listening to Joe Rogan on that, and he's like, you know, like we talk about this, and it's like, oh, they say it, but eventually, Yellowstone's gonna erupt. Like California is gonna fucking break apart. Beautiful. Like all these, it's crazy to think that some of these craziest things that we like, they're just such a placebo idea to us. Like they will eventually happen. That's fucking crazy to think about. It could be hundreds. It could be hundreds of years. Control. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just remember 10 years ago, people were talking about how like one of the biggest fault lines ever or something is like goes right underneath where the Seahawks play, and you know the whole city's gonna crash and burn and like all this shit, and you know no one talks about that shit anymore. I mean,
until it happens.
And what the fuck? Like, what are you gonna like? What? Even if it's true, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right?
Yeah, tape it up. I mean, like, what do you know?
I'm sure 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people would have been like,
no pandemic.
No, I'm sure if you would have said, "Hey, Donald Trump's going to be our president," people would have told us that we were out of our fucking mind.
Everybody loved Donald Trump before he was president, and then he just became the worst guy ever.
Dude, who would want to be a fucking president?
I think about that all the time, man.
It's the dumbest, fucking
hardest job in the world.
Job anymore. Yeah, because like,
bro, did you see that Joe Biden thing?
Which one, like, dude? He is a fucking hoot.
Not his most recent speech where he says like something about 1 million, but he like totally changes subjects.
Dude,
you have to watch this shit. I'll try to find it.
We are fucked regardless.
Dude, like, I know super liberal people that let me try to find this. That I went to high school with and stuff, and really, really against Trump and really against like, you know, conservatives and stuff. And even they're clowning on Biden, like on their Instagram stories and shit, dude.
Yeah.
So damn funny.
I feel like I don't follow politics. I don't keep up to date with a lot of it. And but I just don't see this dude winning. I just don't.
Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely no shot.
Like, what if they have a What if they have a debate? Oh my god! That would be the first debate I'd ever. Okay, well, actually, second, because I did watch the one with him and Hillary. Holy fuck, dude, he ate her alive too. He's just a fucking Trump. Yeah,
that's his thing, man. Well, that's all that feeds into entertainment. You know, really, he's just really fucking good on camera, dude. But he's gonna win. There's no. It's just amazing that Joe Biden's the guy for
the
Democratic Party. Like no one else.
Why do they hate Bernie so much?
I brought that up with my dad once. I don't understand politics that much. So I can't repeat really what he said, but I don't know. I brought up the same thing. I'm like, I felt like everybody loved Bernie, but I don't know what happened. He always drops out. I'm not really sure what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's weird. This is politics just confused me.
I can't find the specific part, but like he had a speech like a day ago or something, or 2 days ago, and he just said the stupidest shit, dude. It's actually honestly kind of sad to watch because you're like, wow, this guy's like clearly fucked.
Yeah,
like
clear. Well,
clearly he's struggling.
He's clearly not there in the head too.
Not even remotely. If you watch videos from Joe Biden, like 5 years ago or something, he's a completely different human being.
Yeah.
He's like sharp and he says some crazy shit.
Weird.
And there's so many videos of him talking about like how he's against gay marriage, and nobody seems to bring that up anymore.
Did you see the conspiracies with him? That like he's on his like, this is the conspiracy theories, that he's on his like last leg to begin with, and that he'll get president, and he'll fucking
vice president
and mysteriously die like a few months later, and the vice president will, and that's why the vice president was such a crucial pick. That's essentially who they want to be the next president, is who the vice president actually is.
I could see that.
Basically, it was
when he picked his running mate, I wasn't surprised at all.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who it is either, but it was a woman, and I think she was African American. But everything, which is great, which is fucking awesome. But everything he does, I just see right through. You know what I mean? And like politicians in general, and like big businesses in general, like I feel like I can always see through a lot of the stuff they do, and it's just lame.
Are you?
There's a huge amount of people that don't see through.
Are you voting?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I never have. I never even have before.
Man, I'm not, and I get more.
I don't think I am.
I get more. I've never gotten so much hate from, like, I guess the term would be like far left people. Like when I didn't. So in 2008, I voted for Obama just because I was 18. It was just like everybody's just so in person.
Cool thing to do.
Yeah. So I voted for him. And then
that makes sense.
I didn't vote for the next one with his re-election, and I didn't vote for the Trump one neither. And nobody like ever really like, oh, you didn't vote, you don't vote, whatever. And now it's like, you should fucking vote. You should fucking vote. But then it's like, well, if I was to vote, I'm clearly not voting Joe. And then they get pissed.
I know.
Well, you should vote. Well, I wouldn't vote for the guy that you want me to vote for. What? Yeah, and this is why I don't care to fucking vote. Why do you want me to fucking vote if I'm just going to vote against the person that you want me to vote for? I just don't.
First and foremost, if I'm going to vote, I'm going to try to get in somebody that I think that actually is a leader. You know what I mean? Like has leadership qualities, and like
where's the Rock?
I respect from that aspect.
Where's the Rock?
And I don't see that at all. Yeah, I just don't see that at all.
No.
As far as like policies and goes, I might agree, but like from a personable aspect, I don't see these people as like leaders that I would want to, be in front of me and show me the way. I don't see that, so I'm not going to vote for anybody. And the other thing is, I'm not going to vote. A lot of people nowadays are just voting against somebody. They're not voting for somebody.
Bingo.
So they're not voting. They're not voting for. They're not voting for Biden because they like Biden, and so they're voting against Trump. They're going to vote for anybody.
I didn't vote in the last one because it's not like. That's why I voted the first time for Obama. I was impersonated. I was inspired as a young American, and we needed change. So I was like, I want to be a part of that change, and it felt good.
Yeah, and then younger, and
then the second time, like there was. You're absolutely right. Because like the second time I was just like, well, I don't care about this other guy. I don't think Obama is going to struggle. I'm good. Like, I don't need to fucking vote. That's how I felt. There was, if this was like, this is where they go fucking wrong. If they would have sprinkled a little fucking like, somebody impersonable, like just hypotheticals. Like, let's just say The Rock would have fucking ran for president. That's where you actually encourage some like, people like me and you to go out of their way and say, do we need this? We need this. Because there's so many people like me and you where we're just like, I don't fucking care. I don't give a... You're talking about the guy who just did a line of fucking coke against the guy that just did a line of heroin. I don't fucking care. They're both crazy. They're both fucking
batshit. Why do I have to be a part of this?
And exactly. And they're both going to get told what to fucking do behind a whole bunch of these old-ass fucking Congress people anyway. So why do you stop telling me how to fucking leave my house and do shit for you? I don't care, dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing about Biden is that's really tough to get by is that he has like there's several videos out there and sound bites and everything that he said that are like clearly racist.
Oh,
Like
dude.
telling people to like the African American community to like pull their pants up and all. Like there's so many different things that people turn a blind eye to that are actually fucking wild. Yeah, I didn't even know about it until other people brought it up to me
all the
when
children
I watched it. And he said it all. He said it all with like a laugh. Oh, dude, I'm not even talking about the kids yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're just talking
like, this is the guy. Are you fucking kidding? No, but like race things. Joe Biden has a big fucking history of like saying some wild shit. Yeah. And then there's the whole gay marriage thing. Like I'm all for gay marriage, and I have a bunch of gay family friends, and like they're all cool as fuck. I don't know, like there's just nothing about him. He has no redeeming qualities to me at all, and his head's not even on straight, and it's just such a bad candidate. It's unreal that he's the guy. I actually feel bad for the left-wing people because that's who they have. Like that sucks. That
but
sucks,
they kind of like,
you know what I mean?
That whole this whole culture kind of just brings it upon itself in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, the right wing is just as bad. I mean, I'm not like...
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole culture...
There's a lot of really horrible people.
The whole culture that we're in right now, it's like the best comparison. I was talking with somebody. It's like you have left people that are so far around the loop, and then right people that they're so far around the loop that they're barely just not touching. They've gone around the circle so much. They're so close to being the same, but they just got this wall dividing them from technical left and right, but they're just this fucking same at this point. Like it's crazy.
I think they're both so nuts that if there's no politics involved, they might actually get along.
I will say, like, so something that we've been seeing lately, and is something I wanted to ask you where your thoughts are. So, like, especially this year of 2020, there's been this like typical, to my understanding, it's liberals. So it's liberals and conservatives. Those are the that's what right is. Okay, so
conservatives right and liberals left.
Liberals are always the people that that have been protesting this year, that have been getting out to the streets and rioting. It's left mindset, quote unquote, people, and this whole time it's ironic that this just starts poking out after a Joe Rogan podcast talking about it. But like lately, apparently we've been seeing a lot more like there's been the Trump parades in Washington, right? Or in like Seattle area. Like there's been a lot of like fucking hillbillies and rednecks coming out with their fucking trucks and are like, okay, we're good. We're done with this. Like
in Portland, I've been seeing a lot of, I think it's because I live in Oregon, but I've been seeing a lot of Portland TikToks about like all these people on their boats and all these rallies that are all Trump. It's a big deal. It's a big fucking deal because Portland's like is just the most liberal place in the world.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, dude. But then I think about it, I'm like, I don't know. It's just waving your flag out there and stuff. It just seems to me, it seems like so divisive that I can't imagine wanting to
counterproductive.
Go do that.
Counterproductive.
Like, what does that even fucking do?
Right? Because that's
in my eyes, it's counterproductive, or in our eyes. They're definitely making a statement and doing. It may be productive and towards whatever they want, but at the end of the day, it's just whack. I don't know. Like you're just trying to prove a point to show. Like, what are you trying to show? You like toughness? It's just weird to me.
I really wonder. I really wonder how close we are with some of these cities where you're just going to have an all-out war between. Like, it's just
yeah, Portland's great. Dude, one of my best friends, he was also in my wedding, is a part of the SWAT team in Portland.
Damn.
So
respect for him.
As far as all this stuff goes, though, I've just been like texting him and just thinking about him constantly because I see, it's almost on a nightly basis. I see crazy shit happening in Portland, and I just know he's a part of it. And I'll text him, and he's actually really grateful that I'm hitting him up because he's like, yo, it's good to know not everybody fucking hates us.
Dude,
like, that's what
it's so sad to see.
And I'm like, that's so sad. And he just had a baby, so I'm thinking like, the worst. But I don't know. It's just a tough thing. It's just kind of scary, but especially when you know people are part of it. But
yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, because my friends back home in their police force, like they're a fucking police officer for a town of like 1,200 people.
Police force,
so it's like
anywhere, you know.
It's weird. It's just, dude.
Yeah.
You would think you would think with us so like connected with so much information that like it would be. There's no way you could be so stupid to believe something. Like there's no way you could seriously. You would think with how much great social media that there is, there's no way you could think that people would actually believe that all fucking officers of the law are just horrible whatsoever. Because like there's so many good videos out there, but we people just are so fucking focused on the negative, like, and that's all. Those
people don't know. They don't. The plot twist is they don't know any cops personally.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean.
Yeah,
they may know one bad one,
and then
right, but probably not. They probably don't know any of them. They see a video, they jump to it, they join a culture. They're a part of a community. They have people to talk to.
They share a stupid.
It's way more than just.
They share a stupid blog from an officer in a city that is bad, and he's like, I walked away from this, and then you automatically they subcorrelate that to the entire existence of communities across America. Like,
which is the most,
dude,
just absurd thing.
Yes,
because these people never think about like if that type of thing happened to them. You know what I mean? Like if they were a part of a huge thing, like there's police everywhere. If they were a part of a company that was everywhere, and one employee did something at their job, and now the whole world is labeling every employee at that same business to be the same way, like how they feel. That doesn't register. It's just something to do. And it goes back to like people not having jobs right now and having too much time, and everything fucking correlates, dude. It sucks. It's just like a viral thing. And I don't know. I'm not really sure, but this pandemic just has to wind down, and things need to get back a little bit back to normal.
Yeah,
that's really all it is. People need to. They put their energy into wrong shit.
I have a super hopeful outlook that the election will happen and everything will kind of calm down a little bit, and then I have an extreme fear that like winter is going to kick up a lot of cases again too.
Yeah, who knows? That comes back to the research, and like how this stuff works. And
I will say, like,
that stuff.
This would have been so much worse if it was January and I was in Ohio. You know what I mean? Like getting this whatever I have.
Oh yeah.
In January. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird. So weird. I need to go get tested. I need to just get tested. I just need to.
Yeah, it would just be interesting to get tested.
Yeah, because I told D and my sister D, who was giving me, just like, there's no point at this point. Like you got it. Like it's what you got. And I told her and Megan, I said, there's a cynical side to me that wants to know, because like once I know that I've had it, like. Dude, I'm good. Like, I'm fucking living my life. Like,
yeah. Well, maybe.
I'm doing, hopefully.
Can you get it twice? Like, do we even know that yet?
Some people have. Yeah, some people have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, that sucks.
A handful, actually, of people have.
Well, I saw some shit on Twitter that said the first dog ever died from it.
Dude, I don't.
And I'm like, and then I saw something, and in the same article, it said the dog was also. I think the dog was pretty old, but it also had like some other issue, or already had cancer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I see that, and I'm like, I just can't believe anybody.
No, and that's the thing that makes this so
tough. That's the media's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the media has done a horrible job at being our media during these times.
But when you get exposed for wrong facts and stuff like thousands of times, what the fuck do you expect me to think?
Yeah,
you expect me to still believe you? Like.
And like,
you know what I mean?
But how is it still there? That's the thing that's just so confusing. Is like, how are we still dealing with actually listening to these fucking people? Well, the problem is like a lot of
people get headlined.
It doesn't matter if you are right or left. Growing up, I've noticed this, especially with older people. You have like my dad or like some friends' dads that they would get so fucking pissed listening to these news stations. Because
my dad, 100%.
They're a conservative, but they're listening to a newscast that's fucking left or liberal, and it's like, why are you listening to them?
I saw something the other day, or somebody said, I forget who said this, but they said like politics is almost like watching. It's almost like watching sports in a way for people that aren't into sports. It's like their thing. You know what I mean? Like they're on the right. That's like their team versus the left, and they're
Gotcha.
The more shit they can combat and fucking disprove and stuff. Like they keep winning with every
so they
argument.
They watch these news things to yell and say, "Yeah, this is stupid for this reason," but they're not doing anything.
And to load up. But at the end of the day, nothing happens. You're just arguing. But they don't have the wherewithal to realize that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say arguing with no sense of fucking ending. There's no light of the tunnel.
Yeah, there's no end goal. The end goal is to be right. And that's it.
And yell.
It doesn't do anything.
And yell at a fucking wall. That's all.
Imagine that, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way their parents are proud.
We couldn't imagine it because we fucking got too many fucking things to actually look forward to and too many dude, it's literally insane to think that some people for the last 3 months have held down no job, have made no financial successful gains in their lives, and have been taking to the streets yelling and screaming. And like, man, I get that there's a lot of shit that we're definitely not a perfect country, but like at a certain point, like it's like I think we're kind of past the age of riots being able to fix shit. I just really think we are. I think we're past that. I think it worked in like the early the early 90s because like it was an impactful thing, but now like on media and news, you see all that type of shit. It doesn't affect you like that shit used to back in the day. Like, I think
a lot of people are showing up to him too, or kind of doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Because with social media being a thing now, you know how it is. But everybody's trying to like get more eyes on them and whatever. So they go to these riots to show that they're at the riot, or they go to the riot for the reason because they know Foot Locker might get broken into. Or something like that. Like it's like because they saw that on social media. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
The bad bunch of people are going to show up because of that. So it is tough. I do think a lot of good things have happened because of the attention, everything from a lot of these protests. I do see a lot of changes and stuff, definitely. But there's also a lot of horrible things. But I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any answer or right way or wrong way or what. I don't even know what to really think. There's so many things to think about. It's tough.
I don't think there's ever a real answer to a debate anymore. But we're like everybody's so past the point of understanding the differences in opinions, and like people just can't accept the fact that some people are going to see differently. It's like I always said.
It's tough.
It's like, dude, I'm like racism, not for me. Homophobia, not for me. Like, I'm gonna let you love whoever you want to love. But I've also like had a weird understanding to the idea that you just can't force everybody to be okay with same sex. You just can't. Like some people just feel a different type of way. Now, if they're not harming someone and they're like, you're never going to be able to force someone to feel the way they feel. Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is some people are going to correlate that with race as well. And it's just like, okay, so Big E, do you just let racists be racist? It's like, dude, it doesn't matter if they do it behind a jail cell or in their living room. They're gonna still hate the color of your skin because of that, and that sucks. That's that's so unfortunate. It's stupid, and they need to be educated, but they don't feel that way.
Yep.
And guess what? There's plenty of room on this big rock to where you can still be a good person. You can go out and get away from that and make as much change for that for younger generations without having to go to that person and fight them to change their feelings. And I think that's where we really are going wrong with a lot of this. People are too focused on
the approach.
Yeah, it's let's fight everybody for change right now. Let's go and battle these people who feel differently. And it's, dude, like, just be a better example for the children watching you. Just be like, this is going to be a long-term thing. Like, we got to think.
That's what I always think about.
Yeah, we got to think long-term investments with this in life. And that's, at this rate, you're just going to cause more panic, more violence, and kids are going to see that. And they're going to associate that, and it's just going to get worse and worse. It's just we're going backwards right now. Like you said, things are being definitely brought to light, but we've had such a weird
it's on both sides of it.
Yeah, we've had such a weird culture change these last few weeks that it's just like or last few months, it's just going backwards with a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, like, no matter what I say or do or whatever, I don't even know what's going to help this or change this or whatever. I mean,
it's not like some podcast from a couple fucking dudes across America are going to do some thick ass dudes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough, dude. We only got 24 hours a day. I try to just focus on things that directly affect my life, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, I need to rally back against this fucking sickness. This thing has got me it's just got me depressed, dude. I was so excited to get in this call today, just to talk to somebody besides Megan.
Yeah, I know.
Even like Megan going to work is just like depressing, because like I just know I gotta stay in and
yeah. I've been trying to go for a walk every day. I used to do that all the time, but I've been trying, as of late, like last week, every day I've been trying to get out and just get some sun and, get the fuck out. Because I feel so much better once I get back from that, and like,
I've been even
more energized, and
I've been trying to
do that.
I've been even trying to do that while feeling sick. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've been just
gotta help.
Yeah, because like just even getting outside and getting some sun and shit, like it just feels good, but I don't know. It just
you need some sort of release.
Getting sick just always it takes you to a state of vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like, you realize like you're just human, like a thing that you can't even see.
I know.
Like, your body's having an intense battle between something that you can't even see, and it's like, wow, you're not that indestructible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it puts things into perspective for sure.
Yeah,
I haven't been sick in a while. Knock on wood. But I don't know. Just drink some water, get some sleep, dude.
Yeah, that's all I've been, dude. I've been literally, I drank.
You'll bounce back.
A gallon since we've been almost be a gallon when I put this down. Damn. Yeah, been trying to just do vitamin D, zinc, get my vitamin C.
Yeah.
Take all my multivitamins. I've been trying to, dude. It's just like clearly trying to get the calories in. It's insane how many.
Appetite's the hardest part, dude.
And not only
you don't want to eat.
Well, there's that stupid fucking everybody who always follows, like, feed the cold, starve the flu, or something like. Dude, it's you eat. You got to eat regardless. It's so many calories burnt. So many calories burnt. And
for sure.
I mean, just this week,
even just being colder, you burn way more calories.
So like,
shivering and that type of stuff.
Yes, yeah,
a lot of energy.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's not like I'm getting too personal. This is a kind of a typical thing with COVID symptoms or whatever it is that I have too. Is the nausea stuff isn't like you don't vomit and shit your brains out like some like stomach bug flus that you get, you know what I mean? At least I haven't really heard of too many people getting like that nausea sickness. Some people do, but it's not like this is a very strong battle between, your immune system and the virus is like what it is. And you don't usually get the gastral stuff with it.
Right.
So like, without even losing all those fluids and stuff, you know what I mean? You're just on a normal, like, you're just consuming stuff and you're not like shitting your brains out with this thing. I still somehow have managed to like lose 7 pounds this last week. Still just fighting this, just literally fighting this.
That's a lot of weight.
Dude, I mean, I'm
fucking
sure of it. A lot of it is dehydration. I'm sure, 100%.
But your energy exertion's way higher than usual. It's
dude, people don't, and your heart rate's up all fucking week, like all week.
That sucks.
My heart rate's been up at I've been checking it. It's been at like fucking 80 to 100, like all fucking week. Like even resting some days,
Damn.
it's like mid 70s to 80 resting heart rate.
Wow.
But you're
working its ass off.
Yeah, I was gonna say you that's the thing that just kind of does suck with this is it's like a 2 week thing. It's not like a which
your heart rate shows probably how nasty the thing is. You know what I mean? Like if it's really high, and you're like, oh shit, it's busting its ass
because
it's like a new foreign.
Because typically my heart rate is at like 60. My resting heart rate's at like 60. So, but yeah, it's it. I don't know. There's a weird sense of like interest to all of it because it's just like it's so crazy how much like a virus can change your body, and it's so interesting to see what your body does. You know what I mean? To like combat that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Brit's been traveling like crazy lately, which is ironic. It's also kind of dangerous, but yeah, I just kind of accepted the fact. I'm like, dude, at some point I gotta get this shit. Like, it only makes sense. He keeps going to Texas.
That's
I'm like, fuck, man.
That's exactly how I was. I was like, dude, I know I'm gonna get it. Like, I just know it. I just know I'm gonna get this.
Yeah. When it first started, I remember thinking like, how is everyone not gonna get this?
Yeah, it's exactly
like you don't even know if you have it for like 2 weeks. Like, how does everybody not gonna get this fucking virus?
But see, they don't even know that anymore. They don't even know if people are carrying it that long and getting sick. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there was one point where it only lasted a few days, or it doesn't last on certain surfaces, and then like the next week it was like, it lasts up to like 30 days.
Yeah,
on every surface, and then it's like
survives on metal for a month. We're fucked.
Yeah, dude, it's so confusing, man.
Mass panic, man. It gets clicks. It gets people fucking anxious. It gets people, man. It's fucking
it sucks.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well.
I guess all we can really do at this point is just hope for the best and continue to prepare for the worst, I guess.
Yeah, much like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I navigate in general. I just kind of pray for the best, but like, I'm ready if something happens. So we'll see though.
Yeah. But, well, I think, what do we got? Like 2 hours, 15 minutes. I think this was a solid podcast back, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you being on here as usual. Everybody that's listening, well, everybody that's on YouTube, we are on audio now on Spotify, so make sure you guys are checking that out. Nice. Anybody interested in following any of Rob's stuff? Everything's BigRobEnergy, and
yep.
Yeah. Any last words?
Stop by, say what up. Not really, man. I don't know. It's just always enjoyable talking to you and doing this kind of stuff, and I don't really talk to very many people in general, and so it's always a good time.
And I love the
keep doing your thing.
I love the hangout aspect from this. I love just like the chill vibes. Like, sometimes
nice.
Sometimes you just forget you're even live. Talking.
I think, for sure. Yeah, I literally forgot we were live, but I think for guys like you and I that kind of do this stuff, it's actually important.
Yeah. Yeah,
you actually discuss stuff with people and like see people and shit,
Yeah, and also like
it sounds stupid, but
just put in a perspective that like, hey, we're people too, and we think about these things, and maybe there are a lot of people that fuck with that idea that are listening, are going through some of like the same thoughts, and it's helpful.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, had a good time, man.
All right. I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This is episode 6 of BigE Hangouts. Appreciate it. Be safe. Wash your hands. And wrap it before you tap it. Okay. I'm out. Later, boys.